Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. I think this situation is where people may sing that song, "There is fire on the mountain, run, run, run." All right. I promise you that every news I bring in this platform, that I will always verify it first before I will publish the news. So you can go and fact check every news I'm bringing here. As I speak to you, there is war in Benue State. When I mean war, this is not just a normal Fulani terrorist attack. This is just like a war. Now, since 4 days ago, if you have been following me, I've been reporting about what is going on in Benue State, how residents are being killed, how they are being chasing them away out of their ancestral homes, okay? Now, maybe the good soldiers, in Nigeria we have terrorist soldiers who are recruited from Boko Haram and so on and so forth. Maybe the good soldiers wanted to go now and defend these people. So the soldiers went there, they killed the soldiers. 2 soldiers have been killed as at the time of reporting this. 7 residents has been killed. People are running away from their ancestral homes. But Tinubu will not declare the state of emergency there. Why? Because Tinubu might be accomplice. Because I don't see a president that will keep quiet. Soldiers are being beheaded, terrorists are killing soldiers, chasing people out of their ancestral home. Terrorists are controlling almost 12 local governments in Nigeria. I think in Plateau State, in Yobe State, in Borno State, all these areas, some local government are under the control of the bandits. Tinubu did not declare state of emergency there, but they are looking for reverse money to use to campaign in 2027. Anyway, it is what it is. Nigeria will never work again. When I mean Nigeria can never work, it will never work. Now, this is what is happening in Benue State for posterity's sake, okay? Let the future reminds you that we spoke, that we reported, okay? Breaking, residents flee Benue community as fresh herdsmen attack leaves 2 soldiers, 7 others dead. As I'm talking to you, the crisis or the war has not ended. Who knows how many it will be to evening. I have been counting this thing every day. I stopped this morning at 512. If you follow me on my last video, 512 plus 7. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 519 plus 2 soldiers, 2021. That is 521 now. Just few hours now. You see that 9 people has been added to 512, okay? I will be following you, counting all these things, because people think that when we bring out figures, that, oh, we manufacture the figures, or we just speak what does not exist. Now, I will be counting it public. I will not count it private again, okay? 9 plus 512 is giving you how many now? Almost 21, 521. Before tomorrow morning, you will see where the death toll will be. This is just one state, okay? And at the end, someone will come out to tell you that Nigeria is going to work again. Anyway, it is what it is. Breaking, residents flee Benue community as fresh herdsmen attack leaves 2 soldiers, 7 others dead. Now, it is happening now. And this article from Sahara Reporters, as you know, Sahara Reporters is one of the only news platforms that can even report what is going on. Others, like Channels Television or Rice News, I believe that those people are not interested in the welfare or what is going on in Nigeria. They don't care what is happening. Now, the details of what is happening raise. At least 2 Nigerian army officers and 7 civilians were killed in a fresh attack by suspected herdsmen on the Jato-Aka community in the Kwande local government area of Benue State on Wednesday evening. Okay, that is yesterday evening, stroke this morning. A community source confirmed the tragic incident to Sahara Reporters in a phone conversation, saying, "There was another attack this evening, Wednesday evening. People are living massively now. Jato-Aka is bleeding. 2 army officers were killed and 7 people are confirmed dead this evening." The attack has caused panic and fear within the community, the residents fleeing for their lives in search of safety. According to the source, this is just the latest in a series of attacks that have devastated the region. When contacted, the Benue State Police Command spokesperson, Catherine Anene, confirmed the insecurity in the area but could not immediately verify the reported deaths. In an exclusive interview with the Sahara Reporters on Thursday morning, Anene said that there is a security problem in the community. That is true. So the police is confirming that this news or this report is true this morning. But I have not received the report of the deaths of the 7 people, but the military are better positioned to confirm the report on their personnel. She clarified that the attacks are localized to the Jato-Aka community and surrounding areas, not the entire local government area. The problem is not in the whole local government. It is just the community we call Jato-Aka. It is a community bordering Cameroon, Taraba, and Benue. I don't think the crisis is caused majorly by the porous nature of the borders, but definitely borders are also play their role. Okay, so police is saying that part of this problem is porous border, that Nigeria don't have a secured border. This fresh wave of violence follow previous attack that have already claimed many lives. In an earlier report, an indigenous resident of Jato-Aka recounted how suspected herdsmen had attacked the community for 4 consecutive days, leaving a trail of destruction. The resident, speaking to Sowore reporters on Wednesday, disclosed that about 20 people were killed in Jato-Aka and neighboring communities. He added that the attackers also burned down numerous houses, farms, and farm produce, plunging the community into deep grief. That was 20 people I reported before this particular video, okay? And that is why I'm telling you, we'll continue to count it publicly, so that people will not think that, oh, these people are just inflating the number of deaths to scare people or to do all those things. No. We are just doing things the way it is, okay? The Fulani herdsmen have killed innocent members of my family in Jato-Aka and have left everyone homeless as we speak, the residents had said. The attack which occurred on Tuesday evening, that is the attack that I have reported before. So let me stop the article here. Now, why is this important that everybody must know what is going on? It is important because tomorrow, when you come out to say that you don't want to be part of this country, people will tell you what is your reason. These are the reasons. These are enough reasons because Nigeria government don't have the capacity to protect the lives and property of the people. Is that not enough reason? Or what else you want? What else you think? This is enough. It's enough. So I don't think there is any other thing greater than this. You know, the protection of lives and property of the people is the primary responsibility of every government. And every government who fails to do that is not a government. So I think you can quote that Nigeria don't have a government. Forget about the looting system, all these things you are seeing. Once someone becomes a governor or president, they will use the power, flex muzzle, do all sort of things. It's not going to be so, okay? It's not going to be so. Let us just believe that with time, all Nigerians, you see my last video, I was saying that the green leaf should not rejoice about the falling of the yellow leaf because it's going to get to the turn of the green leaf now, okay? So people in Nigeria, time will come, they'll come to realize that what Nnamdi Kanu was saying was right, that this country need to be separated to the way we were before so that everybody can secure their area, everybody can do what they want to do. So that is all I have to say in this video.
It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in. We can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban, they think about the Mujahideens, and they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care. As long as at the end of the day, there's Sharia, and there is whatever thing they have in their head they want to achieve. So these people that are sending messages are sponsored by Nigerians. You remember this Boko Haram issue started since 2012. Yeah. And I was in the military intelligence that time. We arrested those people. It is my organization that actually conducts interrogation and interview. They mention names. I can't come on air and start mentioning names of people that are presently in government now that I know, presently in government, that the boys that we arrested mentioned. Some of them are governors now. Some of them are in the Senate. Some of them are in Aso Rock. The intention is to Islamize Nigeria and practice Sharia. And it doesn't matter if some people die. It doesn't matter if you're embarrassed. It doesn't matter if our economy has degenerated. Look at the interest rate. Look at the inflation rate. Look at the debt profile of Nigeria. They don't care. As long as at the end, Quran is at the sea. So some people in this country have this mindset. And we must tell the truth. If you tell the truth, you die. If you don't tell it, you die. Some people have this mindset to Islamize the nation. And they are in the government. And people know them. The DSS know them. The NIA know them. The DIA knows them. You can't succeed without an inside person. And this attack you saw has insiders collaboration.